The story begins in the cellar of my parents' house. I have very clear memories from first or second grade of wanting to play soccer in the afternoon. And my father saying, "It's better if you go down and help me mill these nice little pegs. You know, we have so few people, I really need your help."
Udo Wirthwein's father began his business in 1949 by making wooden dowels for building train tracks. The sawmill, where Udo Wirthwein spent so much of his childhood, has long since closed down. There are many world-class companies in the region, and many began small. Nowadays, Wirthwein makes high-tech components for train tracks, angle guide plates. It's almost the only company in the world that serves its niche market, which is typical of successful companies here. Plastic components like this are used, for example, on the high-speed rail link between Beijing and Shanghai.
The
parts are all soaked in water to absorb moisture to make them tougher. And I can hear by their sound whether they've been soaked or not. A world market leader trophy. The family business takes pride in its position. Some time ago, Udo Wirthwein appointed his 2 sons to the board. The company has 2,000 employees and plans to keep growing fast and flexibly. People here think good business practices are part of their heritage.
I think people are genuinely decent here. They're down to earth and they're decent. They know where they come from. A lot of companies that become global players turn arrogant. People here aren't like that.
The group comprises 13 companies with units in 4 foreign countries. A common trait of global market leaders based in southern Germany is going where the markets are, sooner rather than later. Wirthwein is now opening a second plant in China. Stepping out into the wider world is never easy for mid-sized companies.
Our first foreign locations resulted from customers pleading with us. They wanted us to go with them to another country. And we said yes. We now have considerable experience in setting up units abroad, and we like locating abroad.
The company is based in Kreglingen in the beautiful Tauber Valley. Many families have worked for Wirthwein for generations. The boss is a local, and so are most of his staff.
I see it in my senior staff.
The women prefer to live in the nearby city of Würzburg. Kreglingen is a village, a small town. If people were to come here from Berlin, they wouldn't feel happy.
Many of his employees agree, and that's typical of the regional world market leaders here too. Gerold Ott, for example, is a tool maker who works on moulds for components. He lives in nearby Frauenthal. We asked him whether he would go and live abroad.
Well, maybe for a short time. But not for a long time.
And the reason why is Kreglingen is simply idyllic. After 9 hours of work at the company, many go home and work some more. Agriculture has always played an important part in the area. It's still quite rural and the towns are far apart. Gerold Ott is a part-time farmer. And, like many in the region, he likes to tinker. He won an inventing competition with this log-splitting machine.
As long as it's fun, you don't watch the clock.
Not everyone in Germany thinks that way, but in the region of the world market leaders, it's the most normal thing in the world.